is Russ. Yeah, we're back out on the road again. Actually, we never left the road. This is just a continuation of what I did from the last video. Yeah, I kind of figured the last video was getting kind of long, and I took a look, and it was about 45 minutes already. So yeah, it was time to shut that one down. So yeah, I'm still out here with the Vanpowers Mana Day. I'm riding around Lake Arlington right now. Now I could just like shut it off and just ride home, but why should I do that? I'm still out on the bike. Let's record it. Plus, it gives me something to talk about. If I don't have you guys talking with me, it's kind of boring, to tell you the truth. I think if I was just riding by myself and no one to talk to, I'd kind of be bored, really. So I decided to turn it back on. Turn it back on, keep you guys with me. Well, you know, the thing is, it doesn't really matter where we go as long as we're out there doing it. I think that's the most important part of it all. I've always thought it's kind of funny, you know, people would see you talking. I mean, nowadays people are always talking to themselves because they're on the cell phone or something like that. So I guess it's not that unusual to see somebody talking by themselves. I think what we'll do is we'll cross at this intersection. So to facilitate that, well, I guess you have a button to cross there, but I'm not crossing here. I'm going to cross here. Now, there's hardly any cars. I've seen bike riders just go right across when there's nobody around. I don't do that. I usually will wait it out at the stoplight. The problem is that I'm not on any of the sensors. So it's probably not going to trigger. Okay, here we go. Car across the way. He's on the left turn lane. He's going to trigger it for us. But yeah, if you're not on top of the sensor on these roads, it won't know you're there and you'll be waiting forever. Then you invoke the 2-minute rule. In Illinois, you stand by a stoplight for 2 minutes and nothing happens. You can pass through that stoplight legally. It's allowed. So in my case, I just wait for a car to show up, let them try to trigger it for me. But I have used the 2-minute rule several times in the past. But there's guys that are blatantly will just run right past it. They don't care. They don't see anybody. They don't see a cop. They just go right through it. I've seen them do it even when there are cars. That's a little dangerous. And I'm not talking e-bikers. These are just guys on regular non-electric bikes doing that all the time. I think it's those guys that give us all a bad name, really. They don't follow any of the rules. Whereas, you know, I get complaints about, you know, stop and not stopping at stop signs fully. You know, I do slow down. Let me answer a question for you, too, about my knee. Okay, I had a guy recently, he says, you know, all you do is whine about your knee. Yeah, I do. And when you have a knee problem, you'll whine about your knee, too. You know, people are mean sometimes, you know. They don't have compassion for other people, you know, the issues they have. I don't put it for that. So the e-bike has helped my knee a lot. When I first got the e-bike, as you know, I fell twice because my bike leaned to the left side. I had a weakened leg and a weakened knee. Couldn't hold up the bike. So I fell over. And ever since then, I didn't stop at the stop signs because I figured every time I stopped at the stop signs, I have a chance for falling. So I was blowing off the stop signs. Now, since I do have this leg strength back and my knee is better now, I do stop as a rolling stop, because again, it's hard for bike riders to stop 100%, hop off the bike, hop back on the bike, start up again. So you lose the momentum, right? So what I do is I try to do a rolling stop, and that's really the best I will ever do. I'm never going to really do a full stop. I know that, but that's the explanation of why I do what I do with the stop signs now. Okay. So we got the ring thing telling me there's someone in my backyard. Who is it? I know who it is. It's the lawn maintenance guys. I'm going to have to shut that thing down. Otherwise, if we're going to hear that ring all the time. All right, where am I headed here? All right, I've got to cross this street and get over to the other side. All right, I think we will do the actual cross. I'm just looking at how many cars are coming, so I'm trying to gauge, is it worth crossing here, or is it better to go to a stoplight and cross there? Yeah, it's too many cars. Let's do it this way. We're gonna go up this sidewalk, head over to the intersection and cross at the intersection. Yeah, how did we end up over here anyway? I have no idea. All right, we're crossing over here. Let's head over here. Oh, that's Rand Road. How did we end up here on Rand Road? We're not taking no Rand Road, forget it. We're gonna cross through. There's no way I'm gonna ride on Rand Road. I've ridden on Rand Road before. To me, it's too dangerous. I'm gonna continue on this road. This is Arlington Heights Road that we're on. I'm gonna continue on and move forward. Go beyond this Rand Road business. No way are we gonna take Rand Road. I think the very first time I started taking streets, I decided to do the Rand Road thing. Too risky. Too risky. We're not doing it. All right. Should we keep going? Let's keep going. We're staying on this road. What's the next one? Palatine Road. We're not doing Palatine Road. Forget that. We're gonna go past it. Yeah, much better. There's the ring alarm again telling me someone's in my backyard. Yeah, that's the lawn maintenance guys. I'll turn that off once I get past all this. This is just too much. Too much to do. I can't be dealing with the ring alarm and riding at the same time. All right, what's this street? Let's take this road. Let's take a right, get off of this thing. All right, we've been down here before. Let's get rid of the guys on the ring alarm. What do you think? Or we just let it ring, whatever. All right, let's get rid of them. So I'm just gonna pull off. Get on the app. And shut them down. You guys have a ring thing on yours? We'll do a motion snooze. Yeah, we know. Motion snooze. And let's snooze the front door one as well, because they're going to be going to the front too. And we'll snooze the indoor chime thing as well. Alrighty. So they are all snoozed up. No more alarms from them. Yeah, a lot of people have Ring doorbell cams, floodlight cams, all those cams. And we're no different. We have them as well. All right. We've come down this way before. Not often, not in this particular thing, but I recognize we've been down here before. So we got a lot of wind hitting me right now, but you probably don't hear it that bad. I mean, I can't even hear myself talking. That's how much wind is hitting up against my ears. But the microphone picks up very well, and the windscreen really does a good job on it. It's all in the positioning of that microphone and setting up the windscreen properly, everything like that. It does play a factor. I think we go this way. And now I have not turned on my map program because, like I said before, I think on the other video, I don't have a USB charge port on this display on the Vanpowers bike. So I figured, hey, if I don't turn on the map, it doesn't eat up any battery, so we're playing it by ear. You know how that phrase came about, playing it by ear? It's a musician's phrase, right? You just you don't read any of the music, you just listen to it and play. That's basically how I play more often than not. While I can read music, I'm not very good at it in comparison to my brother. My brother's really good at it. He's a professional musician, teaches piano professionally. But while I can read music, I don't read it that well. I rely on my ear a lot. So if I hear something, I play it. So yeah, I have perfect pitch for those who know what that means. If I hear a specific tone, I know exactly what tone that is. So I rely on my hearing a lot. So if I hear the key of E, I play in the key of E. If I hear a C, I play C. If I hear C sharp, I play C sharp. So that's how the phrase playing by ear came about, because you listen, you play. You don't have to read it. It's good and bad to that. While that means we can play pretty much anything we want to play, because we just hear it and play it. If you handed me a piece of music and said, here, play this, I would have a hard time. But if you were to play some music that I've never heard of before, I mean, just literally turn on the radio and play some songs I've never heard of before, I can actually play along with it right away. I don't even have to have heard of the song before I can play along with it. You can kind of predict, right? You can kind of predict where it's headed. And as long as you kind of hear what key they're playing in and where they're heading, you can pretty much play along with almost anything. So that is one benefit. All right, we better pass this Palatine Road. We've passed it the other way. Now we're going back around the other way. Pass through it one more time, heading in a way where we usually go. Yeah, the Maniday has a lot of power. It's a very powerful bike. You know, in situations like this where there's no water on the pavement, you're not going over grass that has dew on it to be splattered. Yeah, you don't need the fenders, really. But if you do have any type of wet pavement or anything like that, you're going to want those fenders. That's why I kept saying I prefer to have the fenders. I know a lot of people don't. They prefer to just kind of leave it as it is, skip the fenders, but I don't think it hurts that they have the fenders on there. Some people just don't like the look of fenders, I guess, but it doesn't hurt it. Why not have it? Maybe they'll come up with an option to add it later, if you wanted to. Yeah, put a comment below. If you think this bike should have fenders, put a comment. Let them know what you think. If you don't think it's necessary, put that comment too. It's okay, one way or the other. Just put a comment, let me know. Should the bikes come with fenders? And should the bikes have an option to add fenders? I mean, if they don't offer it, then you can't add it, of course, right? So should the bike manufacturer some fenders as an option? Should the bike manufacturer just put it in there and charge you for it? What do you think is what is the right way to do it? Now, we know that a lot of manufacturers include the fenders. You know, they may say, oh, it's free. Well, nothing's free. Come on, they've priced it out. That's what they're going to charge you, and they just call it free. Should they have just given it to us in the first place? Now, if you're one that does not like fenders, then obviously you would say, no, don't put it on, because you know that you're paying for something you're not even going to use. And I know there are people who remove their fenders even if you gave it to them. So they're paying for stuff that really is just going to sit by the wayside. They're not going to use it. So should fenders be optional on all bikes? Put a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Well, while we're at it, let's do this. Should bikes come with tools? You know, a lot of the bikes come with some type of tools, either individual cheap tools, or they'll give you one of those all-in-one toolkits that, you know, like a whole bunch of hex drivers on, what do they call that? A multi-tool, right? Should they come with that? Or should they skip that? I mean, if they skip it, their price probably would go down a little bit on the bikes. I mean, for me, since I have quite a few bikes now, I have quite a few of those tools. I don't need that many, quite frankly. But the average person doesn't have the quantity of bikes that I currently have. The average person only buys maybe one or two bikes. If they skipped it, the price would go down. I mean, hopefully. It wouldn't cost them, let's put it that way. Maybe they'll drop the price on their bikes. Should that happen, or should they just include those tools? Because, you know, you get a bike, you do have to put some assembly to it. And so you're going to need some hex drivers, you're going to need a wrench, usually, maybe a Phillips screwdriver or something like that. Should they include those things, or just skip it? Most people have those things. Should they just skip it, save you some dollars, save you maybe $5 off the price, or include it? Let me know. Let me know what you think. I kind of get excited when I see them, quite frankly. I mean, I have more than I need, but I go, oh, look, another nice tool. But then again, I haven't paid for those bikes. So when I get it, I kind of look at it as, ooh, a freebie. When you look at it, you might be saying, oh, I paid for this. Does that make sense? Maybe you prefer not to pay for it. So, all right, we're gonna go. The thing is that sometimes drivers, they have the right of way, but they will still stop and wait a while when they see the bike, because they don't know what the bike is gonna do. That's a little too bad, because they know some bike riders are not safe, and so if they went forward even though they had the right of way, what if that bike rider decides to go forward? You see what I'm saying? And that's where the problem becomes. Now, if everyone followed the rules of the road, and who goes first and who goes second, traffic would go a lot faster, of course. But as a driver, for me, I would have done what he did too. I would have said, let's wait and see what this bike guy actually does. And when he saw me hop off the bike, he knew I wasn't going to go, because now I'm not even on the bike. So then he went forward. Then I took my turn. Alrighty. I don't know how long I've been riding on this bike, but it's been a while now. Yeah, that's kind of my rolling stop. I'm down to 3 bars out of 5. I still need to do a range test on this bike. I'm not doing it officially today. I'm riding like I normally would ride. I hit the throttles hard. I pedal every now and then. It's not a true way of finding out what the range is on this bike based on how I'm riding. Then I'm jumping up and down on the pedal assist levels and yeah, kind of eating up battery like I normally eat up batteries. But I am liking this bike. Yeah. Like I said, my wife says, you say you like every single bike. I do. I kind of do like every single bike. But like I said, there's pros and cons of every bike too, and I've hopefully pointed out some of the pros and cons to you for the various models of bike we have here. But in general, let me say, I do like this bike. Several of the bikes that have come in I've really liked. Yeah, they've given me new perspective on different technologies that are there, different parts. Many of the bikes come with the same parts, you know. Derailleurs are the same and brakes are the same. So, you know, if you think about it, really what is a bike? A bike is a frame that maybe a manufacturer either had made for them or make it themselves. And then everything else comes from other companies. Your wheels probably come from another company. Your tires come from another company. The derailleurs come from another company. All they're doing is putting them together for you. You could theoretically just get a frame somewhere, put your stuff together yourself. And I know a number of you guys build your own e-bikes. It's not that hard, really, if you know the things you need. It's really not that difficult to do. Some of them have encouraged me to do it. Nah, I'm not going to do it. You guys know that. I mean, at this point, companies are giving me bikes. I'm not going to build my own. Look at this squirrel. He's just in the middle of the road. He's got to run. Squirrels do that. They run out into the road. They stop. They run. They stop. Then they think about it. Then they run back where they started from. That's how they end up getting run over. I've run over 2 squirrels in my lifetime. Not a good feeling. Yeah, kind of a thump, you know. Not a good feeling.